Welcome in episode 33, Ramie and Drew. I am Ramie Mackloff. That is Drew Flaggy. We're a couple Milwaukee-based comedians. We talk sports and whatever else comes to mind. And it is Friday, March 13th, Drew Flaggy. A couple days of I don't know, not much going on. The Bucks don't play again until Sunday. I think most of the dust has settled on NFL free agency and major moves. Most of the names are off the table. The big cuts have been made by the Packers. We talked about that earlier in the week. If you didn't catch it, go and check it out at YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. You'll find Ramie and Drew at all those outlets. But Drew, I understand that you had a day off today, and you did something good. You did something good. You went to the gym. You got a little exercise.
Yeah, I went back to the gym to go play basketball again.
Hooping. Look at you.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good. I was
good.
Getting
I'm
shots
glad.
up, played 3-on-3 for a little bit with some people. My cardio sucks. I'm probably gonna be sore tomorrow. Like my right arm is tired right now, but
shooting, right?
Dude,
just shooting.
I'm a shooter. Do you want me to? This is how I describe my play style. I describe it as I could get anything, but I prefer the wings. You know, that's where I live. I'm a wild animal. I live outside.
So you're a ball hog, is what you're saying. You're the guy. What do you mean? No, you're a shooter. You're a chucker.
Do you think no? A ball hog is somebody who takes bad shots.
Oh, you only take good shots.
Well, I don't try to throw the ball through the hands of guys that are like a foot taller than me. Like, I don't.
How are you? Let me ask you this: how are you getting all these good shots? Is it off the dribble, or are you a guy who works off ball and finds his open spot and is a catch and shooter?
Dribble handoffs and a lot of coming off screens.
Okay.
So, usually pass the ball, follow the ball, get the handoff at the wing, and then shoot that. So,
who do you model your game after? Who's your comp?
I like to say Damian Lillard and Steph Curry. No, if it was honestly, could pick an actual player, it's kind of more like Grayson Allen would be and
okay.
It's
all right.
White
you know what? You brought it back. You brought it back down to earth, and I respect you for that. You brought it back down to earth to a Grayson Allen, and I respect you for that.
No, I know what I am. I'm not going in in traffic. I don't got handles, and I'm small. I'm getting swallowed up. So
yeah,
I have a nice little step back that I can hit inside the arc, and otherwise coming off screens, I'm decent enough at squaring up my shoulders. I'm not airballing the ball on these ones, and they're not ugly bad shots.
That's good.
It's not
dude,
a ball hog is, and actually you can always tell who the ball hog is going to be, when you're at the gym, because it's the guy who is wearing a current NBA player's jersey, a guy who shows up with a Giannis jersey on.
Wait, you're telling me you're not that guy? Because you have an extensive jersey collection. You don't wear those to play basketball. You have more jerseys than I've owned in my life, and you wear them only to not play basketball, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, they're a fashion statement. No, I wear them to be I don't wear them to play basketball in. First of all, they're expensive enough that I don't want to ruin them by sweating in them.
Fair.
And being gross and everything like that. I wear basketball jerseys pretty much year round, inside the house and everything. I do think that there are acceptable basketball jerseys to wear. Honestly, if you're a current day player, if somebody showed up in a Pat Bev jersey, that's fucking hilarious, and I would love that. But it's I'll wear older an Adidas jersey, my old Dwayne Wade jersey. I'll wear those and stuff, the $8 swingman jerseys and stuff. But then it gets to a point where if you start wearing too try hard of a jersey, if you wear a Michael Jordan or a Kobe jersey, it's you're kind of an asshole again. There's a perfect middle ground where it's don't wear current day shit. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, you're saying at the gym. You're saying at the gym to go and play.
Yeah, or at the I will wear a jersey to go to a pickup game. I will wear it outside.
I'm going to tell you something. the reason you said you wear basketball jerseys just around the house, like you just wear it like, you know why I don't, well, among other reasons, but one of the reasons I don't wear basketball jerseys, dude, the nips chafe. The basketball jerseys make my nips chafe for some reason. I like I it's not comfortable. You don't have any chafing issues wearing a
No,
basketball jersey just
wear
around the house?
I wear compression tanks under it.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not so you're no, see, that's not comfortable. You're just walking around the house. Put your shirt back on. You're just walking around the house in your
And you're catching me with an Under Armour one on. It's not even Adidas.
Oh,
So
wow. Man, that's out of character for you. But so you're just just on your in your day to like I'm not gonna lie. I wear compression shirts to work out, but I also wear them like if I have a comedy show, and I don't want to look so chunky on stage, I'll put on
yeah,
it's like Spanx for dudes. But I'm not just wearing them around the house. You're just wearing them around the house?
sometimes if I'm gonna go sleeveless, like sometimes like if
Mm,
I get out of the shower, I will just throw on like there's the one night that I just threw on my Dame jersey when we did this, and I just had like I just threw that on because I literally got out of the shower and had to throw something on.
mm,
But yeah,
mm,
other than that, like I mean, a lot of the times, like I do wear like when I go out and I wear a base or
weird.
a basketball jersey, I do wear like I do wear like the long sleeve, the dry fit Nike shirts under them and stuff. Like I put stuff on under it, or
Okay. All right.
like tank tops and stuff that like it just doesn't. Because yeah,
Back to
they.
your game though, because what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was like, yeah, they can chafe. Yeah, it's like especially
Okay.
if you're
Yeah.
around. I mean,
Yeah.
hell,
The nip.
basketball players wear those compression shirts under their jerseys too. Like they don't.
Sure. Yeah. Because they're moisture wicking, and also it prevents the nipple chafing.
Well, the also the other thing too is like the authentic jerseys. Like I can see that, but like the swingmans and stuff, like the ones that I have, like that's like the mid tier ones. Those ones have like a softer inside, so they're not exactly
Hmm.
performance jerseys. They're
Right.
more fashion jerseys.
But going back to your game and not so much your fashion, you're saying you don't have handles, dude. I am like I haven't played basketball in so long, but when I do play, I my whole life I've just been completely absent of handles. I don't people who can dribble and look like they have the ball on a string. It's one of those things that like I can't even wrap my head around. Like I'm like, wow, imagine being able to do that because that's all I can do is imagine. There's like I say, I have no musical talent. I'll never be able to pick up a guitar and play it. I'll never be able to sit at a piano and play. It's just not going to happen. There's no amount of practice. And I feel the same way about dribbling a basketball, like at any, any sort of a high level. It's just one of those things that I just know is not a skill I could ever attain, much less master in this lifetime. It's just not happening. It's out of reach. It's not something I'll ever be able to do.
So sometimes you got to think less when you do it too. Just like
Yeah,
every
that
sport,
might be it. Yeah.
thinking too hard about how you look or how it's going, like it might look worse. Like
I'm not I'm not kidding when I say, the episode of The Office where they play basketball in the warehouse. You know how Stanley dribbles and he has like that what he's dribbling with one hand and he has the other hand out to the side for some reason. I do the same shit, dude. I don't even know what it is. It's just,
wow. I thought I thought this was
it's
a big fun episode, but like this, you're doing it to yourself here.
I'm dead serious, dude. I am dead serious. Dribbling is just something I can do other things on the basketball court. Like you said you're Steph and Dame. That's who your comps are. I'm like like I'm not a great shooter or a great scorer or anything, but I'm shorter than everybody, but somehow I can bang around, down around the rim. I can get some putbacks. I can grab some rebounds through body positioning, using some muscle, some strength. I'm like a Dennis Rodman. I model my game after a Dennis Rodman. So there are other things that I look normal doing out on a basketball court. Dribbling just is not one of them, dude. It's not something I've ever been able to do.
You're gonna punch a European player. That's where you're at. You're Draymond. You see a guy from France, like fucking frog, and he's just you're attacking a bunch of
That's my
Goberts out there.
specialty. I punch Europeans. That's what I do, man. It's what
Yeah,
I
dude.
do.
Yeah,
Did you wear your new dames to the gym?
yeah, of course. Yeah, like that
Nice.
was the other thing too that we had to talk about is wearing basketball shoes. Literally everybody there, except for like a couple dads that were there who dropped their kids off in like the daycare area right next to the basketball courts. Those guys were wearing like just New Balance whatevers, like New Balance gutter cleaner twos or whatever those things are.
Sure. Yeah.
Those things have been out in the yard. And no, I wore my new basketball shoes that I bought specifically to play basketball in because that's what they're for. That's why you buy those.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you something. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Although I guess I could just Google it and find out if you didn't want to answer it. How 80?
82.
You say 80? 82.
Yeah.
Okay. That's bordering right on where I would say. And look, man, I know, I'm going to put a poll out after we do this podcast to go along with the podcast. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. All right. And this is going to sound like a stupid thing to say because they're basketball shoes. Okay. I understand that. It's right. It's right in the name. Okay. But there is a certain dollar amount that you spend on shoes, at which point I don't care what they're called, they're not basketball shoes anymore. And you should not be wearing them to go and play hoops. You should not be wearing them to go and work out at the gym. It drives me crazy because I love sneakers, Drew. I love sneakers, and I don't have money to have some of the sneakers that I see other people wearing. You know what I mean? And then I see them wearing them at the gym and wearing them to play basketball in, and they're getting scuffed up and they're getting creased and they're getting dirty, and that's not what they're for, dude. I don't care if they're Jordans, and Michael Jordan was a basketball player. Okay. And for me, the line is right around, like, now this sounds like a poor talking, I know, but if you spent, you know what? I'll push it up to $100. I was going to say $85, $90. I'll push it up to $100. If you spent $100 on a pair of shoes, don't wear those to go get fucked up. You don't wear those you wear those to look good with your jeans and your fit and your hat. You know what I mean? Don't wear those to go and get scuffed and creased and dirty. That's blasphemous.
I disagree. Because it depends on what shoes you're getting. If you're getting like LeBrons that are like $200, yeah, you shouldn't be playing basketball in those. And you definitely probably shouldn't be lifting in them because honestly, they're probably bad for your feet if you're lifting in them. But you also don't go you don't fucking wear Hokas like to go hoop. Like, they don't have the right support. Those are for running. Those aren't for pivoting. Sure. And that they don't have like the bounce stuff in like in the heel and everything that like stop you from like blowing your Achilles out and everything. And they don't have like the ankle support the way that like basketball shoes do. Like, so the Dame 8s that I have, the extended plays, those ones are $130 list price. I got mine on sale because those colors were getting phased out and they just came out with 5 new colors for those shoes this year. Like the hot pink and then the mint ones, those ones were getting phased out. And I wanted the mint ones because I thought they looked silly and I like them. So
they do. They look like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're fun. I like them. And they're actually,
I admit, I like them. I'll admit, I like them. Yeah.
I think they broke in pretty quick today because this was the first day playing in them that I really like those. So, yeah, it's fun having Damian Lillard shoes. It's also just fun that like they look awesome. Specifically, I am like, it's not a joke. I am like pretty loyal to Adidas with everything because
yeah, same. I'm the same way. Yeah.
But like with Adidas shoes, I feel like they don't fall apart. Like I think they're still made better than Nikes, and like because like the Zoom Freaks are the same price as like Dame shoes too. So it's
how much? Oh, really? Like, you can get those for like 85? Okay, full price. Okay.
But you also go, a year back or 2 years back, and then those ones are going to be on more of a sale, and you can get them for like $60 and stuff like that. Like
okay, you know what? I'm gonna amend what I said before. All right, I'm gonna amend what I said before because I hadn't taken inflation into account, and also I don't want to sound so poor and broke. I'll move the line up to 125. If you spent 125 on a pair of sneakers, or more, you should not. They're not meant for playing basketball or wearing to the gym. They're just not. I'm sorry. They're meant to look good.
Well, okay, so the list price is always like 130, so you got to add that extra $5 on there. So you're I'm taking you up to 130 here.
Okay, all right.
That's what the mates are. That's what like shit. Like I think Trey Young's shoes are like that one. Whatever his are. Steph Curry's his Under Armours are like extremely expensive. I think those are like 150. Like even if you go to the Under Armour outlet store out in Johnson Creek, they're like his shoes are still like $100 marked down, and it's like that's wild to me. But no, it's like that's fine.
See,
Like,
now I'll say this:
like,
if you play competitively, like if you're high level, if you're high level, like if you're a high level high school player or AAU player, you know what I mean, or a college basketball player, if you're competing at some higher level, okay, and you're wearing expensive sneakers out there. If you're just going to the Y to post up Drew Flaggy, there's no need to be wearing $150 shoes. There's zero need to be wearing $150 shoes.
There's zero reason to wear any shoes if you go to the Y. That place is dirt. That place is for dirt people.
Oh, sorry.
You don't go to the Y. Just you know what you're better off doing? You're better off starting a pickup game, fucking Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym. Go do that. Bring a basketball to a place that doesn't have a court and go throw a ball around there.
Why is the Y catching strays? Plenty of people go hoop at the Y. What's wrong with the Y?
Well, you got to kick a bunch of old people off the goddamn badminton courts.
Okay.
That sucks.
Okay.
You ever get whacked in the face with a birdie while you're trying to post up? No, dude, it sucks. I'm not trying to get welts in my face because grandpa is trying to keep his heart rate above dead. I don't like that.
Okay, sorry.
I go to the
prison. Sore spot. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, but like, okay, it's like, yeah, like if you're, like, I do agree. If you're wearing like $200, if you're wearing $200 like LeBrons, that's weird. Like at the gym, that's weird.
It's very weird.
I think the 100 to 130 is more than reasonable.
Are you just flexing? Is it just flexing? No. Is it like, oh, look, I have money to waste. I have money to waste on shoes I'm going to wear here to get scuffed.
Okay, well, if you're playing on wood floors, they shouldn't be getting scuffed. The shoes I just bought, like those ones, I
mean like getting stepped on scuffed. I mean like getting stepped on type of scuffed, you know?
Part of the game. But those, no, like the shoes I bought they're specifically to go play basketball inside in. Like I'm not going to be wearing those shoes to a fucking barbecue or something like that in the summer. They're not coming outside to Summerfest. I'm going to step in puddles. No, I'm not wearing them to go get ruined like that. You know, I'm not wearing them to State Fair to be stepping over cow shit. Like that's ridiculous. Like I'm not going to ruin my shoes that way. So I'll ruin them playing basketball. And if they'll last me a year playing with them. And then next year I'll get a new pair. And that's fine. And then those shoes become the outdoor shoes. But also because I didn't buy
same thing. I do the same thing with my workout shoes. They get resigned to not being workout shoes anymore and being like outside shitty shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually those shoes will be my outdoor shoes, but that'll be next summer. And that's why I bought $30. Like I looked back just to see what other Adidas were on sale that I could get. So I spent like $32 on some Dons, which are Donovan Mitchell's pairs of shoes. And those are my outdoor basketball shoes now. And those ones I will wear outside, and that's fine. And you know what? For $30,
when are we hooping?
When do you want to? I
got a park right over here. When you want to hoop?
I literally asked a bunch of our friends like at the open mic the other night because I want to actually go. Like when it's nice out, like yeah, I'll go whenever.
Let's go hoop. We'll get video. We'll post highlights. We'll post highlights here on the YouTube page.
I brought I asked McChesney. He's down for it. Like I asked,
Nobody knows these people. I told you this before. There's no need to list off people that nobody knows.
No, but you know what? Maybe they will. Maybe this is like, see, this is called lore building. This is what Marvel doesn't do anymore. Okay? I'm going to mention it. It's like
okay.
When Captain America's shield showed up.
These are all good people and funny comedians. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, you're doing that thing that old people do when you talk to them where they're like, I was talking to Jim the other day. You're like, who the fuck is Jim? I don't know Jim.
And that's a reference to Bart Winkler, who's part of the Drew and Ramie verse.
Yeah, he said the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot he even said, yeah.
Bart Winkler exists in universe on the
sure.
So
yeah, but these other people don't.
But now there's other people. But now I'll bet you everyone's listening. Like, oh my God, what's Michael McChesney up to? It's like, well, maybe he'll come on here to talk about UFC or something like that. See, now
you watch UFC?
Build a character.
Does
We
he
just
watch
built,
UFC?
he's got a neck tattoo, so I'm sure he does.
All right. I told you we got to keep this one short because I gotta get to work. Yeah, I work. But Bucks Sunday Suns. We won't be able to talk about it before or right after. We got weekend things going on. What are you looking for in this one, Drew?
Well, considering the Celtics just beat the absolute shit out of them last night, I'm a little bit nervous to see if they need like a revenge game. You got
We
great.
keep getting the Bucks keep getting these teams coming off ass what like these really good teams with pride factor coming off of these ass whoopings, dude. That is something you definitely have to consider when you talk about the human element of these games.
They held Kevin Durant to like 20 points, and it's like, oh shit. And that's the other thing too. So the Phoenix Suns have a lot of trouble closing out games. Like they've lost a lot of games in the fourth quarter because their defense is suspect. And this is another team that even though they got guys that are kind of big on their team, you can push a lot of them around, like with
Yeah.
Brook and Giannis in the post. Nurkic can be shoved around. He's had a pretty healthy year considering what he's had the last few years in Portland. But Nurkic, he's nothing to like turn your nose up at. He can shoot a little bit, and but like the big thing is going to be is Giannis going to be playing defense on Kevin Durant? Hey, are we going to see Chris Middleton as our princess coming back? He's close. He's been
Oh, was there
spotted.
news on that? Oh, really?
No, but Doc keeps
Oh,
saying he's close. Doc keeps saying he's close. I don't
there's
know.
been a spotting.
Well,
There's been a Chris Middleton sighting.
He was on the bench yesterday.
Okay. I thought you meant like in practice.
It might have been an imposter. Well, he's been practicing. That's what they keep saying. But
I'm looking right now on Twitter to see if there are any developments. Hang on.
I wouldn't think there'll be any until maybe tomorrow. Because
Yeah,
I think
no, I don't see it.
practicing each day this like today and tomorrow.
Yeah, the latest thing I'm seeing, you just referenced this. Chris Middleton is quote close, but not quite ready to return, according to Doc Rivers.
Yeah. The other thing
no,
too,
we won't see him Sunday.
the other thing I really look at is Devin Booker really looking to come into our building and put one on us, because he's the last remaining piece of that 2021 finals runner-up banner that they get.
That's crazy to think about, dude. That really is crazy to think about, that team was just in the finals and putting up a fight to win a championship 3 years ago, and now he's the last remaining piece on that team.
Literally the last remaining piece. Like their coach is gone. Like every player on that roster.
Ayton, Chris Paul, all of them. Yeah.
Cameron Payne.
Yep. Everybody. They tore that thing down quick.
Torrey Craig.
But you know what? And this goes back to what you said yesterday. That was a really good team, dude. They didn't finish the job, but that was a really good team. And we were talking yesterday about how good this Bucks team is and how people should appreciate it because it can go away real quick. Now it went away, and now they have something else that's good. But that's not always the case. Sometimes it just goes away, and then there are painful years ahead. You know what I mean?
The other thing is they had ego problems on that team.
True.
Though, outside
Yeah.
Booker. Like, I mean, Ayton was becoming a problem. Like they had a lot of guys that were kind of having an attitude with their place on the team. And so, that falling apart that's not entirely, I think, on the organization, but I do think they kind of gave up on that squad a little bit too quickly. But also it's like, they like right now they got Kevin Durant. Durant is, I think, past his prime. Like, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, but he's still dangerous, man.
Dude, he was still extremely good. Like, that's the
I don't know what he finished with yesterday, but before yesterday, he was on a streak of, I think, 4 straight games, scoring 35 or more. Like, that is, like, when he gets on a roll, that dude it's like we were saying about James Harden. And I think Kevin Durant is even more dangerous and even better and more consistent than James Harden. But like, when you see the vintage Durant come out, like we saw the vintage Harden come out in that game against the Bucks, like you go, oh damn, like that guy showed up tonight. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, and the thing is too with Phoenix, they've got 4 guys that can just go off on you at any time, because Grayson Allen has had a really good season. Like, still tracking what he's doing over there. He's been great. Devin Booker is always like a double threat between points and assists. Like that's like he has like a consistent double streak, or like, he can get a mean streak in him where he's putting up 14 assists. Like Devin Booker is really good. Like as much as I like to want to shit on him because we beat him, but like I don't know, man. He's really good. Brad Beal is just constantly hurt, and that's going to be a problem for them. Is that he's just always out,
Yeah.
and that's when it comes down to the whole thing where it's like, the best ability is the availability, and the Bucks should be able to beat that Phoenix team as long as they hang in there close. It would be nice to lead for the entire game, but if they keep it close like they did last night, they should be able to beat Phoenix. But also Phoenix is a team. If they really put one on us, I wouldn't be shocked either, because
and I agree with what you said before about them coming off a beating, and we saw it against the Warriors last week when they were coming off a beating. These are highly talented, highly competitive individuals, and you take a loss like that, and your pride bubbles up, and you got a little extra something in the tank the next time out, which is unfortunate for the Bucks. Like, I'm not going to use that as an excuse if they lose, but it'll definitely be a factor, and it was a factor in what the Warriors did to this Bucks team last week. Like that's just being a human being, and especially like these are a different breed of and class of human being when we talk about their competitive levels and athleticism and everything else. So that'll definitely be a factor in this game on Sunday, dude. There's no doubt.
And my other big factor with any team you play from the Western Conference is that they're all fighting for their lives to not be in the play-in. There's a very real chance that some of the players or some of the teams out there could have 46 wins and be a play-in team.
Yep.
Like, so
yeah, you're right.
They're getting their best every night for the next 15 games of the season.
For sure.
Everyone's fighting for their lives. The Bucks are securely pretty much a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. They might unfortunately take nights off or take plays off. These Western Conference teams can't do it, or their season ends in one night potentially.
I think the Lakers just dropped into the play-in, didn't they, with the loss to the Kings a couple nights ago?
Yeah, and that's when the Lakers that was the whole problem with the Lakers, where like when we played them, and it's D'Lo, he literally was like, I'm going to will this team to a win, and those are more dangerous teams than teams like the Bucks right now, I think.
Yep. All right, Drew. We'll see what happens on Sunday. We will reconvene on Monday for another episode of Ramie and Drew. Please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Follow, subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend. The numbers are good, and we appreciate you. We appreciate the support. This has been Ramie and Drew, episode 33. We will be back on Monday with episode 34. Drew, have a weekend, and I will talk to you then.
Going to the gym tomorrow again.
Go get it.